Everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jeff Anozie, and I'm super excited to have you right here on this episode of the JR Real Estate Show today. I'm super excited to have you here. So please, once you join us, kindly tell me where you are joining me from, where you're joining us from. I'm Jeff Anozie. I am your real estate consultant. The goal of this show, of this channel generally, is to help you make safe and super profitable real estate investments here in Nigeria. Of course, I'm a real estate consultant, a real estate agent as well. So if you make a purchase from me, I'll get a commission. But the goal generally is to help you make safe and profitable real estate investments here in Nigeria. So please, once you jump on live, please let me know where you're joining me from, and let me know where you're joining from. Oh, beautiful Mr. Stefan joining from Benin City. Please let me know where you're joining from, and please let me know how is the weather where you are. What does the weather feel like there? Right here in Enugu is actually raining. All right, it's raining. I'm in Enugu State, Nigeria. I'm based in Enugu State, Nigeria, and it's raining here. All right. So tell me, let me know in the comments, what is the weather like where you are? So joining me today is my colleague and co-host, Raymond Ijeomah, who is also a barrister, a property lawyer, and also a real estate entrepreneur. All right, he'll be joining us in a moment. But before then, basically, today we're going to be talking about how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. We're starting a series. The series basically is around investing in real estate in Nigeria. All right, that's what the series is about. It's going to be hopefully going to be a 3-part series. So today, all right, next Sunday, and then the upper Sunday. So the goal is to walk you through the process, all right, expatiate in the process of investing in real estate in Nigeria. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the preparatory stage, all right, of investing in real estate in Nigeria. So we're basically particularly going to be talking about the topic. The topic is the topic of today's conversation is how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. So this is episode 1, if you may. Oh, Mr. Steven said just finished raining, and so it's cold there. Wow, it's cold, right? Yes, it's quite cold here too. Okay, now I will just introduce this particular topic like this whilst we wait for my co-host, Mr. Raymond Ijeomah. Right now, a few days ago, I went for a property tour with my in-law. Right, he was driving because I had to do a video, and all of that. So whilst we were on that tour, he started telling me about how one of the major challenges that real estate has in Nigeria, which is people selling one particular property to multiple people, amongst other issues, right? So this is part of one of the major issues most people have around real estate in Nigeria. Okay, and I began to educate him and make him understand why it is so. It's more of lack of information, all right, than it is of everybody being bad. Yes, people just bad people just latch on the fact that a lot of people are quite ignorant of some things, all right, and they now they latch on that to just be bad. All right, so imagine a case where before you buy a property, you already know, or before you invest in real estate in Nigeria, you already know step by step what to do, where to go to. See, even if you're buying from me, or you're buying from my colleague or any other real estate consultant, and we go away, or we kind of like deviate from the things we're going to be sharing with you in this series, you can call us back to check. Like, hey, you know, I like it when some of my clients, before buying the property from me, they tell me, so they tell me things like, I watched a video of yours and you said that this, and this. So does this apply here? What is this? What is this? What is that? They ask me questions, right? Based on the information I've shared on this particular YouTube channel. It interests me, right? It fascinates me, and I'm really excited about it. So you see that they are educated, and because they are educated, they are likely not going to fall into the real estate, you know, into the bad hands in real estate. All right. So that is the premise in which this particular show was born, right? And today's topic is peculiar and super interesting to me because I've gotten a lot of questions around this. How to know genuine lands in Nigeria? How do you know genuine lands in Nigeria? See, the best investment on earth is earth, right? Right? So that is what a wise man says. He said the best investment on earth is earth. And think about it. That is like the realest, if I may use that word, like the realest form of investment ever, if I do say so myself, because that's what it is, right? And that is why it's very lucrative, right? And that is why a lot of scam is out there, okay? And buying real estate really is a big commitment on your path. No, think about it. It is, right? It's a big commitment on your path. And that is why we're going to be breaking down, you know, the steps, what you should know about buying, right? How to know genuine land in Nigeria. Okay? So stick around, watch till the end of this video. And you would, by the end of this video, you must have seen a step-by-step procedure or process in buying real estate in Nigeria. So let's dive right in. Oh, before we go on, please hit the like button. If you're watching me on YouTube, please hit the like button to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you can get these type of videos whenever we share. So let's dive right at it, right? Now, here's the thing. There are three, I'm going to be breaking down to this topic into three different parts, right? Whilst I wait for my colleague to join me, right? I'm going to be breaking it down into three different parts. We're going to be talking about due diligence in general. So how do you know genuine lands in Nigeria? It's simply by doing your due diligence before making a purchase, right? Lots of people ask me, what does it mean to do due diligence? And that is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be breaking that down into three different parts. We're going to be looking at how to do the legal due diligence, right? How to do the legal due diligence. Number two, how to do the corporate stroke individual due diligence. All right. And finally, number three, we're going to be looking at how to do the physical due diligence. Are you ready? Are you ready? Please hit the share. Invite your friends and colleagues and relatives to watch this video so they can get the meat from this, right? So, number one, how do you do a legal due diligence? What is a legal due diligence? And how do you do a legal due diligence? So, before you buy a piece of property, all right, so you've seen a land, you've seen a real estate, probably a building or a land, right? You've seen it and you like it, right? You've seen it, you've seen that, okay, you have enough cash, all right, to buy that particular real estate. You like the location and all right? So I'm going to be welcoming my colleague, Raymond Ijeomah. Welcome. It was good to have you here. Good to have you.
Why are you so excited, sir?
I'm so excited having you here because with you, I can.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
I can break through the walls and I can talk about real estate with a lot of confidence because I have you right here. Good to have you, sir. It's always a thing of joy to share
Same here.
these sections with you because it gives me excitement whenever we get the review from these our sections at the end of the show. You know, the kind of feedback we get, like it gives me so much excitement, right? And that is why I'm excited having you right here. So before I go on, I think you should do us the honors of introducing yourself so that we get to know about you whilst we go on with the topic we have on ground today.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry for joining in late. Very quickly, my name is Raymond Ijeomah, and a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer. That's all you should know about me for now. I believe the content of this show will help you define who we are fully. All right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so before you came on, I had introduced the topic on ground, how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. And then I broke down the topic into 3 different parts. And this will serve also for those of us that are just joining us right now. We are talking about how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. The goal is to prepare you, walk you through or prepare you for the process of investing in real estate in Nigeria, right? We're going to be showing you how to buy real estate in Nigeria. That's the overall idea of this show, right? So, but for today's topic, which is episode 1 of this series, it's going to be a series, probably a 3-section series. So today, next Sunday, and then the upper Sunday. So we're going to be walking you through the preparatory stages of buying a property. Next, we're walking you through the documentation. So when you're buying, how do you buy? What should you know? Upon buying, you're making your payment. What should you know about making payments? What kind of documents should you get at the end of buying? And then finally, how to perfect. Like, what do you then do after buying your property? How do you secure your property? So these are the 3 different areas we're going to be looking at. Are you excited? If you are excited, let's know in the comments box. Type "I'm excited" in the comments box. Share this video and let's dive right in. So I was talking about the legal due diligence. So how do you conduct a legal due diligence? Now, I think the first thing you should do is to request for the documents of the property. So ask the person you're buying from, the estate agent, the company, whoever it is you're buying from, for the documents, the legal documents that particular property has. Now, the kind of documents you should be asking for is the survey, the registered survey of the particular property. Now, this document shows you the boundary of the land. It shows you the coordinates, right, of the property. It shows you, where it is, like particularly where it is. So it shows you the coordinates. And remember that no 2 places on earth have the same coordinates. All right. So it is that survey plan that shows you the coordinate and also shows you the boundary of the property. Next, you should also ask for a titled document like a C of O if they have one, or a deed of or a power of attorney, like in my case in Enugu State. I find it very interesting that a lot of land transactions done in Enugu State, they do it with a power of attorney. How is it at your own end, sir?
Okay, from here, that a power of attorney is not a document for transfer of interest, right? The intent of a power of attorney is to give somebody power to carry out a particular assignment for you on your behalf, right? That's the intent behind the power of attorney. All right, but somehow I served in the East, and it was when I got there I realized that they use the power of attorney to transfer title, and they make it permanent, irrevocable
Yeah.
power of attorney, right? It works, and the practical reason for doing that I realized is to make it for registration purposes. That's the only reason behind it. But then it works because to a large extent we've realized that there's a difference in what we study uh, theory by theory and what we get to see at the end of the day in practice, right? But
Yes.
to a large extent, what I do for one of the title documents I did in Enugu, specifically property was in Enugu, I do a deed of assignment as well as the power of attorney, which is something that is practicable in the East, right?
Yeah.
So it works. If it has a power of attorney, fine, it works. But to be on the safe side, it's just better to have both documents. But if it's just a power of attorney that is there and it's irrevocable, then it works.
All right, all right, all right. I'm sorry. I'm sharing it with others to also jump on here and join us. Thank you, sir,
All right, great.
for that. So yes, in the East here, especially in Enugu State, they use the power of attorney, and like you rightly said, they actually permanent it. All right, so that it becomes a document that can be used for transfer of of title, right, from one person to another. So yeah, so you can ask for the
Yeah.
kind of title of document that the person has and this survey plan, right? I also realized that around here we also use a registered survey as a form of title document as well. Like we use it like for a period of time whilst you're trying to get your either C of O or whatever it is, you know. So with those documents, it's important that you take it to the Ministry of Lands or the lands
I'm so sorry,
registry
I didn't
in
get
your
that.
state, right? Right? You take it there to confirm that that particular document is actually registered and that the government is aware that that particular land or piece of land belongs to the said owner. All right. Is there any other thing you want to add, sir? Hello. Okay. So I guess his network is bad. So yes, that is the most important thing when it comes to the legal side of doing your due diligence. You take the title document and take it to the Ministry of Land or Land Registry, where you can verify that that particular property using the coordinates. See, this is very important. I think it's important that you know that you ought to use the coordinates from the survey plan to counter check that at the Ministry of Lands, because there are some instances where some fraudulent agents, right, they take a registered they take a document from a genuine property and try to use it to sell a fake or a non-genuine property. We've had a case like that, and if you do not know and you take that, you know, the document he has issued you to the Ministry of Land, it shows that that land actually exists, right? But
Yeah.
the one you are actually paying for may not be the same one that
It's
that registered document is that is the same with that one that registered document. I don't know if I made sense, sir.
you do, sir, perfectly. And that's the reason one of the important things that a survey plan must have, you must be careful to take note of, is the address written on it, right? When you pay attention to that address as well as the coordinates, because by the time you take the coordinates to check out, you have to be sure that it is in alignment with the
The
address that is given to.
address.
I think I remember talking about the fact that one of these are going to talk about the things to look out for in a survey plan to know exactly which is genuine and which is the right survey plan, right? So that's one of what you are saying is just totally on point. It's just important to take note of that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, so you do that for your legal due diligence. Then number two type of due diligence that is important you do is the corporate. Please, if you have any question, please ask in the comments box. If you have any questions so far, please go on and type it down in the comments box, and we will try to answer you at the end of the show. Please, if you're just joining us, hit the like button if you're enjoying the show, and hit the subscribe button as well. So number two, you ought to do your corporate/individual due diligence. This is very important. It's important you do a corporate. So after doing your legal due diligence, it's important you do a corporate/individual due diligence. Now, here's what we mean by that. A corporate due
Okay,
diligence in a
can I
case
can
where
I
you're buying from an estate company, right? So in a case where you're buying from a real estate company, you do a corporate due diligence. But in a case where you're buying from an individual, right, a family, probably a village or something, then you can do your individual due diligence. For the corporate due diligence, you ought to check that the company is registered. It's very important you check that the company is registered. So you can do that by going to the CAC website, the Corporate Affairs Commission website, and checking out the company's RC number or the BN number. In fact, it's better you check for the company's check that the company is duly registered. All right, check that the company is duly registered. Number two, please check if the company has a physical address. In fact, I'm going to add here that I think that some companies, a way to know genuinity or a way to show some form of transparency is when the company, there's a face to the company. I think so. What do you think, sir?
Okay, my thoughts in that regard. First, it's perfectly okay to have a physical address, but okay, I think we're in it's perfectly okay. The company should have a physical address. It is absolutely important, right? But there are circumstances where that may, okay, I shouldn't say it may not be possible. That's a prerequisite. It's important to have a physical office, but beyond that, even fake companies can as well have
Yeah,
physical offices,
that's
right? So
true.
that should not be the only reason you end up saying, okay, the company has a physical office, right? There are other things you should try to really find out. For instance, you talked about the face of the company should have a face as it were. There are some companies that you don't know who the CEO is. You don't know who the founder is. He doesn't have you like he's what's the word now? You don't He's invisible, right?
Yeah,
For such companies, I think there's also something to follow up in that regard as far as corporate investigation goes. Because if something goes wrong at the end of the day, somebody at least, because
somebody.
fine,
Yeah,
a company has a corporate entity, it has a corporate
company.
personality, right? It's an individual in the eye of the law, but you can't really like literally drag the company as it were. You should drag the CEO if anything goes wrong. Do you get? So in as much as that face of the company in respect to corporate search, corporate investigation is also important. So the face of the company as well as the physical face of the company as well as the individual face of the company. I'll leave it to continue, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, it should have. So that is, I I think that no, yes, you are correct all the way. I think that yes, you should have a physical, like a person, a face of the company, so that someone can be held responsible in a case of anything. But then again, the company should be duly registered. And then finally, I think that you should also go online. You know, we're in the age of social media. A lot of people go online to make reviews. You know, you can go online and check for track records as well. If I have a bad experience with you, I think I can go to my social media and talk about it, especially when I have warned you about it or I've tried to get in touch with you, all right, to be able to, explain why this and this is so and why that and that is so. And it feels as if you're turning a deaf ear to it. I can literally just go to my social media and make a complaint about it. All right. This is the age we live in. And so if you go online and research a company, you should be able to see at least a few things about the company. You can go on social media to go and check, or go on the company site and check, right? Then for in a case where you're buying from an individual or from a village or from a family, all right, I think it's best to go and visit them. It's best to go and make a physical research in the community, right? Ask for the Igwe, ask for the Onos, ask for a particular kind of, when I was marrying, right? When I was marrying, my father asked me where I'm marrying from. He asked me the name of the village of my intended wife, right? And then one day he shows up in Enugu. He shows up in Enugu one day and told me that let's go to her village and go and inquire about her family. And initially I found it quite interesting, like I didn't even think about it, right? As at the time. But he was serious about it. And so we rented a car and drove all the way to her village. And then the first place we went to was the Igwe's Palace Street. He said that we have to head to the Igwe's Palace because it is said that the Igwe, right, is supposed to be a man of integrity. Okay. And so if you ask him about a particular family, he's going to tell you about the family, right? And back in the time, that was literally how you married. You literally had to go to the village of the lady and find out about her. And then, unlike now, the families, you kind of like match, how do they call it, match them,
matchmaking. Yeah.
Right, they do this kind of arranging marriage, so but right now we don't do that any longer. So my dad found it important that we go there. I think it's the same thing about buying a property in a particular community, especially when you're buying from a community or an individual. It's important you go and inquire about the community, inquire about the land, because it's interesting how in a community, in a village setting, everybody seems to know every other person's land, right? And they seem to know who has authority or who doesn't have authority. I remember trying to carry out due diligence for a client, and when I went to her property here in Enugu, to the intended property, I met a farmer on the land. And I began to ask around. I started asking her that, okay, this land now, this, what, and the lady began to tell me straight up that particular property is in court, that the owner has sold it to two or three other people. And they have come to that land to come and fight. And then my client is not in Nigeria, and so he rose a red flag. So we began to dig more to find out exactly if that is true. You see, so this is why I think it's important to carry out that individual or corporate, due diligence on that particular property before you buy it. I know that some real estate agents tend to put pressure on you as a buyer. They tend to tell you things like, oh, you ought to buy now, otherwise you would miss the thing and all of that. And some of them don't like it when you tell them you want to do this type of due diligence. I think you should, buying a property is not buying a shirt. All right. You work hard for your money. So I think it's important that
Exactly.
you take some time to do these things. I don't know if you have any other thing to add here, sir.
Okay, you've made a lot of sense, sir. You have made a lot of sense, and the part where you talked about your father going to do the that was very funny. And the truth about it is that is really what should be done as far as lands are concerned, purchasing lands are concerned. I remember one of these lands I had to help a client get. After I finished up everything, in fact, we went to the extent of apparently the first person, the person that deforested the land. Thankfully, the man was still alive. We went to his house, and as a matter of fact, the man told us that he doesn't own any land. He has never sold any land before. But the truth about it is that actually he had sold, and because of his age, he has just forgotten a lot of stuff. He doesn't remember anymore. So what we did to corroborate, because the first agent showed myself that particular house, and another agent who wasn't there also showed me that man. So that is the man who sold to everybody, right? And we just had to follow through. Then we went around the area to ask for the man, to ask, so going from, if it will take you going from one door to another to follow up with physical investigation as far as the individual is concerned, please go ahead and do so. And to show how important finding out the root title is, we're buying from somebody else who the old man sold to. But to show the importance of checking out this stuff, we have to go to the point of finding out from the person who deforested the land, right? Just to be sure that the lineage, everything is on point. So that really shows the extent that you should go from door to door, ask, guy, alpha, I beg, who get this land? Is a land for me?
Okay, so I guess the his internet went
For say talked
bad
about
for a moment.
that it must have legal personality to do so. It must already be a corporate entity to do so by law. So how do you get to know that company? Because it's not just enough to have Jeff and Raymond Limited as a name. The company can have a logo, have a brand, have a website, have everything, and has an office, and the job makes sense, but it is not even registered. That is a serious, it is a possibility. It can happen, it can
Yeah,
play out, right?
yeah.
And to simply check out that, simply go to see that, so that we can have the link here. But simply just go to CAC, it should be cac.gov.ng. Go to that website, click on corporate search. There's a place you can click on, type the name of the company that you are looking for or that is proposing to sell the property to you. The CSC will reveal the name of the company, the ROC number, and further ask you if you want to dig in deeper. This part of what Fortune Corporate Services does, my um, corporate business. That is part of what we do. So the company helps you, the search helps you to find out whether that company is registered.
Okay. Sorry about the network. Yeah, so yes, I will just share with you on the screen the particular the website he's talking about. I'll share with you right now. So is this particular website, right? It's this particular website. Is
Great.
this TAC website, right? If you
Great.
can just
Great.
come right here. You can just come right here and search here. You just search for the whatever it is that the name of the company is. You search there,
Great.
and then it
Try
shows you
try
everything about the
Fortune
company.
Ray Limited. Let's see what comes up.
Okay, okay. Let me check that. Company.
Fortrel.
Yeah, so it's here.
Right there, you can see it. Right. So
Yeah.
if the company has not been registered, you won't find out. Now, if you notice, you see view paid. I'm not seeing that clearly, but view paid something, right? You could pay to see deeper whether the company is active, if the filing status is active, and all of that. So that's one way to find out if the company is registered and you are dealing with a company that is alive and operation and not one that is in coma.
Coma indeed. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, so I will just leave I'll leave that link on the screen so that you can see it as well. I will leave that link here on the screen so you can see it and probably bookmark. So that is it. So it's search.cac.gov.ng /list. I mean, I copied the URL and I put it down there. So yeah. So yes, thank you
Great.
so much for this information, sir. Um, I don't know if you can go on now.
Welcome, sir.
All right, so awesome. So that is it for the corporate/physical search. This is very important, guys. It's very important that you do this. First of all, you do the legal search. Next, you do the corporate/physical search to be sure that the person that claims to be the owner of that land actually is the owner, right? And that the corporate entity, all right, that is you're trying to do a transaction with is actually a genuine company and is alive, is not in coma, right? As he said, as my colleague said. Yeah, then lastly, but not the least, it's important you do a physical due diligence. It's very important to do the physical due diligence. Please, if you're just
That's fine.
joining us, I'm Jeff Anozie, and this is my colleague um, Raymond Ijeomah, and we're talking about how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. How to know genuine lands in Nigeria. This is a three-part series, series, right? And this is the episode number 1. The goal is to show you how to like the pre-buying stage, what to know, what to do before you buy, right? What to do when you're buying, what you should know, what you should do when you're buying, and then eventually what to do after you have bought. How do you perfect your land, your title? How do you secure your land so that they don't sell to you and sell to your son and your daughter and every other person in your lineage? All right. And so we're on today's episode, we're talking about how to know genuine lands. This is in preparation to you trying to purchase your land. So we've talked about doing a due diligence. We talked about a legal due diligence. We've talked about a corporate/individual due diligence, and finally, we're talking about the physical due diligence. All right. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button there and also subscribe. Mr. Oh, Captain Obi said, keep up the good work, Jeff and Ray. Greetings from California. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate having you here. All right. So last but not the least, Please do a physical due diligence. Please do a physical due diligence. What does it take to do a physical due diligence? Number one, I suggest you go for a physical inspection. All right. So try and go. If you can't do a physical inspection, you can actually do a virtual inspection. So you can send someone that you trust, right, to go and check out the place. Someone you trust to go and check out the place. So what are the things you're going to be looking out for in a physical inspection? Number one, the fixtures of the place. What does the place look like? What is the land like? Is it a dry land? Is it a swampy land? Right? Is it a marshy land? Right? Do you need to sand fill? Okay, so those are the things you're looking out for in the physical due diligence. Right? Number two, the road to the place. What does the road to the place look like? Is there even a road? What if it's behind someone's property? And so when you want to actually now start building on the land or having access to the place, you now have to come and beg the person in front of the land, the person that has the land in front of you to grant you access into your own land, right? So you need to be sure that there's access road to the place and that the road is good enough, right? It's good enough. Then traffic in a place like Lagos or places that has a lot of traffic, right? Would you like to buy a property in a traffic zone? Would you like to buy property in a place where you can, to get out or into your house, right? You could take like 1 hour in front of your junction, So you need to be sure of all these things, right? Then environment. Now, observe the environment. Is it a place you would like to live in? In a case where you want to buy a land that you can build on, a place you can live, right? You need to check the environment. Is it a place that you can live in? Okay. Your neighbors, who are they like? If you want to live with people like myself and Raymond, then you should be able to observe that we're the type of people that live around there. If you want to live in Banana Island, you want to live in Ikoyi, you want to live in Enugu, and in the Independence layout, which is like the highbrow area in Enugu, or you want to live in. So environment, you need to be able to observe the environment and be sure it's a kind of place you would like to stay in. Then placards and signages. Now you observe that you get to some land and you see this land is not for sale on it. All right, you see that this land is not for sale. Or you can see things like this land is a government acquired land. You can see them, sometimes they are written on the property, all right? So you need to be able to observe those type of things to be sure that the property or the property you're about to buy is physically available for you, right? The proximity. If you want to build in a place where it's close to your office or your church or a mosque or wherever it is, right? You want to observe and be sure that the land is close to, to where it is you work or you live or where you want to have any kind of business in. Okay, so these.
Well, sometimes those houses closer to where you are staying, to where you are working, can be terribly expensive.
Yes, if you can afford it, if you can. I have a client in the US. He wants a property in Independence Layout. Independence Layout is one of the most expensive areas in Enugu State. That's where he wants a property.
Yeah.
All right. So apparently,
of course, the financial way with that is there. Beyond that, you may have your house.
Yeah, you said. All right. So I didn't have to ask him that, sir, can you afford it? I gave him the price range of the area, and he simply said that yes, that's where he wants. All right. So this is very important to note. And these are the things these are the reasons why doing a physical due diligence is appropriate. All right. Not every agent will tell you exactly how it is. Not every real estate agent will tell you exactly how it is. I try to tell my clients as much as possible, if the place is habitable now, or if it's going to be
50% of them are
habitable in so
interested in
and
their
so time.
percentage. After that percentage, that's all. Whatever
That is
problem you
all. That
have
is what a lot of
or
them are
encounter
after.
in the
They're just
course of
after what they
or after.
gain, right? And that is part of why we're doing this show, all right? So that you also be armed with the right information, right, to be able to buy, to have a seamless and profitable real estate investment in Nigeria. Of course, if you buy from either of us, we get a commission. Or if you buy from us, we get a commission, right? But the goal basically, right, is to make sure you are armed with enough information, all right, to be able to buy or make your real estate investment in Nigeria effortless, seamless, and profitable, highly profitable. All right. Is there any other thing you want to add, sir, to the physical?
My network is terrible. Third word issue. Rain
Yes.
fell and then network disappears. Sad. Okay.
Sorry about that. I guess it's
Physical
because
investigation. Okay, find out.
Go on, sir. Okay,
He
sorry
bought
about his network.
3 years ago, and then
It's raining in
he
Nigeria. It's raining in
okay, we're
Nigeria, so
even
I guess
in different read times. Are you there?
yes, I'm here.
Uh, I've tried to switch network. It's just terrible. Maybe I could, I don't know, maybe share my thoughts much later. I don't know. But
All right,
I'm having difficulties managing this
that's
network as
fine.
well as flowing and delivering the
It's okay.
content that I should.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine, sir. All right. So in wrapping up, in wrapping up, right? One more thing you need to do, right, by way of preparation for investing in real estate in Nigeria, all right, is to also ask for the ancillary fees. It's good you know the ancillary fees before time. Most real estate agents do not share with you everything you need to pay, especially after purchasing the land. So if it now feels as if, okay, I've paid, and suddenly some bills, hidden charges in quotes, just came out from the blues. So I think it's important you ask for ancillary fees. Ancillary fees are fees you get to pay for probably your documenting, for your plot lifting, for your deed of assignments. All right, these are things you pay for. All right, that's after buying or paying for a piece of land. Okay, so it's important you ask for your ancillary fees. Get to know everything that is involved before you go into it, because you need to be able to budget adequately and not go in and then halfway you can't complete it. So things like the community fees, the estate development fees, all those things are fees you get to pay after purchasing a piece of land. All right, so I hope you got value from this, right? I hope you got value. In summary, right, we talked about how to, all right, how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. Okay, how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. That's the topic of the day. Is one part, is episode 1 in a 3-part episode that is trying to help you make how how to buy real estate in Nigeria. We're trying to show you the before, during, and after the purchase, all right, of real estate in Nigeria. But today we actually specified or narrowed down to the topic of how to know genuine lands in Nigeria. And I talked about the 3-step process in doing a due diligence in Nigeria. That's before you buy a property. Number one, the legal. You need to get the documents of the land and take it to the Ministry of Lands, right? And verify that that property is actually a genuine property. It's a free land. It doesn't have any government encumbrance on it. It's not a government acquired land. I hear a lot of people say things like, Jeff, I don't want to buy from that place. Before I buy and tomorrow the government come and take the land from me. Government will not take a land from you that is free or that is released. They only take a land from you, all right, that is when you buy from a government acquired land, all right? And I talked about that in a video on my channel. If you just you scroll around, you will find it. I talked about free versus acquired lands in Nigeria, right? 2 types of land in Nigeria. I talked about it in a video in my channel. So please, if you can just go around, you find that video. Okay, so that particular, the survey plan, all right, the registered survey plan will help you know if that particular land is free from government encumbrances, because for a registered survey plan, it has a registered number. It has a number on it. So if you have a copy of the registered survey, you can take it to the Ministry of Lands, all right, and they'll cross-check with what they have on their system. So that is that for the legal due diligence. Next, you get to do a corporate/individual due diligence. This is a place where you get to find out if the corporate entity that is selling to you that land actually exists. If it's genuine, if they are genuine, if they exist, and they are active and alive, or if the individual or family selling that land to you have the authority to sell the land. As much as the land is registered, is genuine, right? And do they have the authority to sell that land to you? You need to find that out, because we have seen a lot of cases where 3 people in a family sell a particular land to different people, or you pay to a particular member of the family, and then 2 others come later. 2 other people from the same family come later and collect money from you again. Okay, and I think, in fact, this is why is safer, or I think is more. I think it's safer to buy from a company, because they who to catch, right? They have an office probably, or they have a face to the company, or they have some form of way to reach them, right? So when you have cases like that, you can always reach out to the company. So it's important to do a corporate and individual due diligence. For a company, you need to check for the CAC. Like go and search on CAC. I shared the link here, right there. You can go and search for the company name, identity on this website. You will see it. If you check, you'll find it, right? So you do that. You go on social media, on their website, right? And go and make inquiries. Snoop around. People will talk. If you've had a bad experience with a particular company or individual, you can go online and share it. So likewise, if you go online and check for that particular company, you may see, especially on social media, you may see reviews, from people that have done businesses with them in the past. Okay, so these are the things you ought to do for the corporate due diligence. Then finally, not the least, the last but not the least, physical due diligence. It's important you go there yourself, go to the particular property. If you're not around to go, you can send someone that you trust, right, to go and do a physical due diligence for you. Check out the features of the land. Is it a dry land? Is it a marshy land? Do you need to sandfill the land? Is it a table land? A client of mine told me that he wants a property on a hilly place, right? So those are the things that you can check, okay, during your due diligence. Check if there's roads to the particular property. Do you have access to it? Is there an access road? Is the place, is it a traffic zone, right? Those are the things you check. Check the environment. Do you like the environment? Do you like the type of people that will be living around you. All right, check for signs, things like this land is not for sale. You get to see them in some properties, especially in Nigeria. Okay, check for those things so that to be sure that the agent is not trying to sell to you a land that is not available for sale. Check proximity to your workplace. These are the things you check for. And then lastly, it's important you ask for the fees, the ancillary fees. These are fees you pay after you pay to the company or individual, all right, for your deed of assignment, which is very important. Your deed of assignment for your survey plan. That's your particular plots. They get to give you a survey plan for that plot, all right, and a lot of other things you get to pay for, depending on who you're buying from or what company you're buying from. All right. So if you have questions, please ask in the comment section. Next Sunday, we'll take it a step further, and then we'll talk about what to do, all right, whilst buying a property. How do you make your payments? How to be certain that you're paying to the right person, and all those things. What to expect at the end of payment. So these are the things we're going to be talking about on this same show next week, Sunday. Stay tuned. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you've not subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe as well, so that you get to see whenever we come on live on this type of shows. All right. So till I come your way next time, if I don't have any questions yet, let me check for questions. Okay, there are no questions yet. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Would be please join us again next week Sunday, same time, same station, right here for the JR Real Estate Show. We're going to be talking about the episode 2 of how to buy real estate in Nigeria. All right, we're going to be talking about the episode 2. So till I come your way next time, enjoy a fantastic week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. All right, and bye for now.